Wow, I was just talking for like freaking an hour and I wasn't even recording. And I went through so much stuff of what I was about to do. Anyways, I'm implementing eye movement on unit. I'm refactoring all the stuff over onto the data side, and hopefully the movement works, but I'm not worried about that right now. I'm just making it work so that each action system is going to be, or each movement is going to be its own action, so in the proper order for each tile that is going to move across. And I'm transferring a lot of the logic over into a movement system, and that's what I'm doing. That's like the super gist of an hour's worth of talk. Making it better now. So yeah. So I added the eye movement interface to the unit on the data side, and I created the eye movement here, so that is fine. And yeah, that should be good. The movement system. So, oh, jump height, range. Yeah, I'm going to rename it to range. Where is the eye movement? Oh, did I just close it? Darn it, I closed it. Hold on, I'll go get it again. I'm going to rename this to range. And I also need a jump height. Right? And, oh, darn it. Where's the, what the heck? How the, I'm having a real big brain fart here. Oh, there, okay. Get, set. Oh, that's self-explanatory. Okay. So that will be in the eye movement, and that will be in yeah, I changed the name of it. And then it'll just be like this, and it'll just be like this, and then it'll just be like this. Beep, 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 beep. Movement range and jump height of a unit, which is good. Okay, so let's go into the movement system. Yeah, I can't have a transform in the movement system because this is not going to be using, it's the data, not necessarily the viewer. So I can't have any transform. Yeah, here we're going to do listeners to the various different events that I need to listen to get things working. Or I could also, yeah, just the events in there. And then what I could do as well in the movement system is directly pull from certain other systems to get variables and things that I need. So okay, so that's good. Let's take a look at the movement itself. Now this probably need to be changed to movement view. But let's go and continue down here. So I brought this stuff in, which is what we needed for that. On the awake, it grabs the jumper, which is the transform used to animate the character. Virtual list, get tiles in range. So this is important. This is, yeah, I search through the board view and I get all this stuff. This is super important. So this is part of the kind of like the beginnings of the pathfinding logic. So let's go ahead and implement that here. I won't necessarily remove those because I'll remember to do that later. Now the problem here is it's looking for a tile view, but oh, it wants, yeah, okay. So we're not going to do a list of tile view. We're going to do a list of tile. Okay. Because we're staying on the data side here. The board view, I don't even feel like that should be in there. Right now it's grabbing the instance of board view, which is a singleton, which I've read after having implemented it as a singleton that it conflicts with something else, it being a singleton. I forgot what it was, but I just remember thinking I might not want to have it as a singleton. Something to keep in mind. But in this script here, I don't want the view to be at all used for this. And I'm using the board view to search through a couple things here. I'm grabbing the units tile and I'm performing expand search on it. So expand search will be another function that I'll bring into this script. I'm grabbing the unit and the tile view. So I'm going to just do unit. And unit probably has tile. It does. So we're going to do just unit tile, right? And that's good. That's all good. Expand search and filter also need to be brought into here. So here's expand search. And I think I'm going to bring in these comments as well, because if I'm playing around in this script here, I'm going to want those tiles, those comments, so I could properly have my comments there on what those things were supposed to be initially. So there we go. Ultimately, the logic won't change. I just need to make the types work. Now, why is it complaining about unit again? Tile, list tile here. Don't know why it's complaining. Tile view is still somewhere. Probably, I don't know. Keep going and see and see what's going on. Filter. Let's go ahead and grab that. Okay, and this is going to be a tile, right? And then unit, right? Let's see here. Why is this complaining still? Why is it complaining about tile view? Unit should not have any tile view. It's a tile. I don't know. I do not know. Ooh, why is unit again? Oh, because a tile could also, they're referencing each other. I could make it simpler and just say, here's a new unit. And it would assign that there, but anyways. Okay. Well, I don't know why it's complaining here. Cannot convert the method group to function tile view bool. Expand search. Expand search is here. It's tile. A bit strange to me, but we'll see. Keep going. I'll figure that out later. Okay, filter. I'm going to put these comments. So this one here, expand search, is a comment for the expand search. And this one here is just after expand search. Right. And then what we'll do is after the filter, we got a bunch of cool animations. So basically, I guess this is where all the coroutine stuff will be called with special functions. Maybe that's where it is. Now this is strange though. Don't know why it's asking for tile view. Oh, board view. Because I'm doing a search in board view. Right. So the search function, let's go into board view. Right. And let's go ahead and take a look at that search function that it's asking about. This bit here. So the search function, this method will return a list of tiles starting from a specific tile which meets a certain criteria. The criteria to be met is passed along as a delegate via the generic func delegate, blah, 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 blah. So the path where you would move from where you would want to go to. Yeah. Returns a bool indicating whether or not allowed a movement at a minimum. All this stuff needs to be in a system. So I'm going to grab all this. And I'm going to put that into the movement. Right? Basically all the pathfinding stuff. I think it makes sense for them. Oh. My bad. Movement system. So this is where all the pathfinding stuff will be. I think it makes sense for it to be in the movement system. Pathfinding, movement system. Makes total sense to me. So we're going to do a search and it's going to be tile. 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 Right, and then that's fine. Tile. All of it's tile. All the tile stuff is the data stuff, right? Okay, good. What's it complaining about here? Oh, I need to implement something. This one. I was missing system, which is good. Clear search, we'll figure that one out. That's just another function I need to bring in. Start is now in queue. It wants a tile view. You know, I kind of just going to do a replace all. $14 files. No, I just wanted to replace in this file. How the hell? There's another tile view up here. Oh no. Why can't I just do it in this file? Rename. Can I just hit that button once and then do tile? No, it won't. How do I rename in a... Can I maybe right click? It's kind of annoying. Hold on. Visual Studio rename within same file. Right click the code, click quick action, refactoring menu and select rename file. Rename within same file. How do I rename multiple variables in Visual Studio? Note that your keyboard shortcut may be different. Refactor rename. Right click. No, so mouse select edit refactor rename. Edit refactor. Rename. No, I don't want 14. There. I'll do it manually. Tile. Enter. I'm just going to copy it and I'll just paste it everywhere. Keep an eye out for all the tile stuff. I think that's it. Is that it? Oh, I thought there was more than that. Okay. That's good. Now get tile. See, interesting. So tile does not have next to get tile. So we'll put that into tile as well. Math thing here. Okay. Oh, the direction stuff. Yeah, I'll eventually have to get that stuff working. It's a viewer, definitely a viewer thing. Oh, right. This is it's. Yeah. Anyways, this was back when it was going from even and odd. Yeah, I remember that. Okay. All right. So this is not too bad. Get tile needs to be implemented in tile, and swap references is also a function that is not implemented here yet. So good. Search will be there. Now, where did I grab search from? I grabbed that from tile view, I believe. No. It's board view, wasn't it? Go ahead and add a clear search. I think it was in the board view. What am I calling up here? Board view, yeah. Let me open up board view and bring it over here, because there's going to be a lot of that stuff that needs to come over into this script here. I'll move it right next to the system. So search, clear search. The very first thing we need to do when starting a new search will be to clear the results. Sounds good to me. And that will be part of clear search, like this. So let's go back to the movement system. I'm going to close a couple of these. I'll keep that one open because it's like the last one right now. And then we'll just push a couple of these a bit down here, and we'll just put that stuff in there. Like it comes up. Again, this needs to be tile. Now it's asking for tiles, but that variable is not in this script in the movement system. So, you know, that might actually come from the board system. So we'll see. We'll see how we handle that. But we'll just keep going. So get tile, I think it returns a tile. Get tile. Now this is in the board view. This might be more of a board view, a board system thing. So what about search for each tile in tiles.values? Swap references. Okay, I'm just thinking. Let's see what I need here. One thing is I definitely don't want to be pulling from board view instance. So if I go back into the game, I just want to see what the board system looks like in this one. Where is it? Systems. Is there systems anywhere? Am I being blind? No interfaces, no game states, no game actions, no. Where the heck are the systems? Systems, geez, I'm blind. Okay. Is there a board system? Board creator? Hex grid system. I don't know if I like that word, but hex grid system. I think I'm going to rename hex grid system to just board system. Because all the viewer side is board, Hey, am I renaming that? What's going on? Don't want to do anything crazy here. Did I just change that to something I didn't want to change it to? I did, didn't I? No, I didn't. Why am I in card system? Hex grid system. Rename a few times there, and then we're going to call it board system. Yeah, because I didn't like hex grid system. The board system, generate hex map, load level. Yeah, I mean, hopefully that don't explode everything. And it's an aspect I observe. So public tile, tile lists, dictionary, interesting. Why do I have a list? Why do I have a tile? I know that it's a bit redundant, but maybe eventually I can clean that up. Width and height, that's fine. Not much going on in here. Loading and generating the map. That's fine. Okay. So the board system is going to have a tile list and a tiles. So all I need to do is just grab this system in movement system. And what we'll do is we'll return a value based off of performing a search. So what I could do is a search here is looking for a tile start. What does it want? It wants to start with a tile start unit tile and a function. And in this case, it's the expand search function. And the expand search is going to be looking for maybe it would be easier to read like that. Okay, well, I mean, this is, that's fine here. I might take this off one line here so I understand. Because what confuses me is a little bit is this part here, there. I don't know what's going on with this there, how that works there. But what's happening is I'm performing a search, which is normally in the board view. And the board view search is here. But I didn't even put that in the board. I put it straight into the movement system, which is here now, search. Right. But get tile, however, that should be a... because if you're getting a tile, you should be getting it from the board system. That's where that stuff gets stored. I might want to do something. Okay, it's not here. Let me grab another system. I just want to see how they're talking, how each system is talking to each other. Let's do data system. Game.getAspect, which is fine, but where is game being defined? iContainer, aspect container. Am I in the board system? Do I have aspect container? I do, so that should work. Let's go into, what was I doing just now? Movement system. Oh no, that doesn't exist. Board system. Really? Do I not have a aspect? Yeah, I gotta get a reference to that. Let me see. What was the last one I just opened? Data system. Where's game being defined? Oh, this iContainer. Let me get another system. Player, spell, target, taunt, unit system. Action system is a big one. That will have everything. Game. Everything seems to be called under game. So do I have anything game here? I do. Oh, just this iContainer. Really? I don't know. I just don't like that. I'd rather just have it game and have it defined somewhere. But it seems to be like this iContainer is being called game. See, I could do iContainer game equals this or something. Let me see, port system. I don't know, let me see port system again here. Or where is it? Movement system. I thought it would already be done, like just by having it as an aspect. I could just say, hey, well, you know, this aspect. But I gotta, on the awake. There's a game view system. But the stuff in the game view system is kind of like outside of the systems when you want to speak to the systems. And that's not really, I want the systems to speak to each other. Like speaking from the game view to the systems should be handled a little bit differently. iContainer is container. See, I could just do this. There's no part where it says game here. Not even. Huh. Container.getAspect. But I need to define the container. But this is, see, like I said, this is like the viewer side of things. How are systems talking to each other? Let's get another example, maybe. No. Card system. Get match, var match container. But where is container being? Get match, but get match is a special one. Get match is a special one because it's a public. And it returns this as an iContainer. I think. Oh no, it returns the match from this data system. Yeah. It's just I'm trying to figure out if there's like a better way to do it without having to. Right. I could just do game. Well, it would be an iContainer container game equals this dot container. But I don't know. Game dot board view, maybe. I don't know. Not before I start messing around there. Game dot, no, not game action. Game dot, is it because it's a virtual? Game dot Is there like a get aspect maybe? Get aspect, yeah. And then I would probably get board system dot, and then I would need, this was more for down here there, get tile. Get tile, and then I would have which tile I want. Like that would do it down here. Next would equal. This is complaining about does not exist. Yeah, it does right here. Why not? Oh. The name game does not exist in the current context. Really? Public? Well, yeah. It should. What if I, oh, wait, that's weird. This dot container, let me go back to, it's just kind of annoying because I feel like those things already have a way to speak to each other, and I don't feel like I'm finding it. Instead of having to create a new, game.get, this iContainer.game. And this iContainer.game. Kind of annoying a little bit there. Mana system. Get match. Get match is a frequent one, it would seem. Get match again. Match system. Minion system. I mean, it's going to get what? Is it going to get match? Get aspect ability. Card dot get aspect dot ability. Card dot get aspect. Really? It's a funny one. Card get action dot minion. So action comes in, it's a minion. Oh, I define card right there. The card is the minion. Minion dot get aspect ability. Yeah. Okay. That'll be fun when I start getting into abilities and stuff. It'll be a little bit of a mind bending experience. That's got aspect. But pretty much I'm not speaking to any systems really. I get aspects. I'll have to get an aspect. Aspect board. Those are all systems. They all seem to do get aspect in those systems. So what I'll do is I'll just do that then. So I'll do, one moment. Starting to get a little bit cluttered here. Movement system. So card, I could always just do this, maybe, I don't know. If I do var, where the hell? Here. Well, it needs to be, can I not just do get aspect? No. Funny, eh? I would have thought you could have just done get aspect in the, with this here, the aspect thing. What is in that aspect thing? Let me see. I have to get the container. And I have to put it on something. So I'll just do a var board, I guess. And then I'll just do that. I thought it would have been a little bit more direct, but anyways. Where am I? Movement system. So down here, I'll do. Ow! Ow! I just hurt my toe. Something feels like it cut my toe. Did I cut my toe? Is it bleeding? Whoa. Oh, it hurts though. Holy crap. Alright, junk underneath my desk here. Okay. Now I could just do it when I do a search. I'll call it up here. I'll do var board equals. I'll do game equals. Didn't I just do that up here? That's what's the weird thing is. Oh, I close it now. Var game dot. What was it again? Get aspect. No. Get container. Container dot. Get aspect. Board system. I guess is that. Whoop, is that all? But wouldn't I be able to just do that down here like this? Oh, I just have to put container in front of it. Yeah. Am I defining container anywhere now? I don't even remember. I'm not. Okay, I just have to do container. That's what I was trying to remember. Did I try that yet? I don't even know. Oh well, that's containers. Containers fine. That's the way to do it. Container.getAspect board system, and then in the board system, I want to perform a get tile. Sorry, I'm just remembering if this is, yeah, this is the new one on top here. And I want to do a tile of the point, which is what? Tile.point is what? That's probably, the unit. What is T point again? What is T? I can't screw this up here. Check now DQ. Right, tile T equals DQ, check now, in Q, return value. There's a list. And then return value, add the start. I add that. Okay. Well, and that the start is the return value, and then Q tile check next. I don't know why I called it directions, even. And directions odd. I don't know why I called it directions. If point Y is even. Oh, because I have a different set of directions. Yeah. Oh, where are those? Yeah, I remember now. Okay. And T point is just like so I'm creating a list here to check. Yeah. It's just this is a bit of an important one. And I remember it's a little bit funny. And if I'm switching it around and I'm storing this stuff elsewhere as I'm building this new place where the data is stored, I'm kind of losing track on what this script is actually trying to do. Okay. But yeah, I just perform a get tile. So let's see what get tile is doing in what used to be what? Board view? Board view open? Get tile right here. But do I have more than one get tile? I do. And in here I'll have, oh yeah, this is super important. I gotta bring that in there for sure. For sure. Directions. 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 Would that be more in the movement or would that be more in the board system? It could also be in a completely different. That'll be in the pathfinding, I guess. That will be in the pathfinding. I'll put it in the movement because it's definitely a pathfinding thing, I think. Could be used in the attack system maybe, or the unit wants to. No, it's when you're moving from one to the next. I think it's in the movement system. So what we'll do is we'll just put these, not in the movement, we'll put it in the move system. Move system, where is the move system? I'll put this kind of underneath unit. And why is it complaining? System drawing. No, it's a data type. There. Yeah, directions even and odd is. I guess that works. It's just I was confused by that name earlier. But yeah, I guess that makes sense. All right, where was I? Oh, tile point is working. Game not get aspect. So what I should do is just. Oh, but get tile is not working. I'm gonna grab this, copy this, and I'm gonna replace this board system with this. Comme ça, right? This is what I want to do. This is going to be out. And I just need to implement get tile in the board system. And that was used to be in the board viewer, I guess. Board view. Let's go find get tile right here. Yeah, and it returns a point, interestingly enough. So if I go here and I go into the board system and I just put a little script called get tile, and I gotta send in a tile. There we go. And I check in the tiles. If it contains a key to that point, you're sending that tile back. Or you're sending none back. Should work. Tiles is a dictionary of a point and a tile, and it returns a tile. Perfect. So if I go back to movement system, it will return a tile, which is what it's expecting. Next is a tile. Good. Else, same thing, but this time it'll use the different directions, odd or even. That's the only difference. So we'll grab that from the board system now. That's all in the board. The getting of the tile, that actual dictionary of the whole board is stored in the board system, which is perfect. Within the inner loop, we verify we manually get a little tile reference. Remember that we are on a non-square board, which could have holes. Yeah, even the regular one had holes and stuff. That's something I'm probably gonna want to fix because might need to change that, especially for the pathfinding. Pathfinding might be done differently, actually, based off of the movement of the unit. Because if you could fly over a hole, that would still just count as one tile. But if the pathfinding is done where holes are affecting fly movement, it's like you're solving to go around the hole, which would cost more, but it shouldn't anyways. And if so, we will compare the distance which it has marked. We only need to consider tiles for which we can offer a more efficient, shorter distance. Remember that the tiles has not been touched. It should still hold its reset value of int max value. All this stuff works. I'll just do it super quick. See if next is null. Sometimes it can return null if it's not in the dictionary. Or next.distance is smaller than t.distance plus 1. Now, t is a tile distance. I didn't know tile had distances. Let me see. Does. Stores the number of tiles which have been crossed to reach this point. Yeah. Okay, so it's kind of like a helper function that just stores the value when you're doing a search for like how far are we into the search at this point? Like what is this distance? So that's fine. Movement system. All right, and then what it does, it sets the previous tile, right? So that's for the pathfinding, where you work your way backwards to find the actual path when the result is found. Check next and q.next return. Okay, cool. Now, if check now.count equals 0, so I guess check now is some sort of list. It's a queue. Right, and if check now.count, what we'll do is we'll swap it out. Yeah, because we're doing like basically we're doing passes, right? So each list around the main first one, or each tile around the first one, gets put into a queue list, and then we do that, and then each tile around the second list that gets created up until the distance is too far. So swap references need to be created. Swap references is probably, I'm going to check the battle control, not the battle controller, I'm going to close the battle controller. In the board view, swap references is right here. So I'm going to bring that one into, again, this is part of the pathfinding, so that's going to stay right into the movement system. And we got a clear search here. I don't know if there's a comment for this swap system or not. It's not going to be a tile view. It's going to be a tile. And the same thing for this here and this here as well. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go and take a look to see in the board view. No comment for that. Okay. Good. I'll go back into board system, not true, movement system. So that works. Everything is good. What are we still angry about up here? Oh, the search function. So the search function is actually now here. So, and it returns a list of tiles. This is a list of tiles. I could just do search like this. There we go. So that's what we're going to do. Good. Well, everything is happy so far, except for here. Because clear search used to be for each tile in tiles.value. Oh. Does it return anything? No. Well, I understand the idea of clearing a search. Just trying to remember what tiles is, because I use tiles everywhere. Like that variable, and it might be a local variable to something very specific. So I need to know where board system, not true. Board view was clear search in board view. It was. And here what I do is I want to just see where clear search is being used. It's being used here. And this is in the board view. See, tiles is here. But that's kind of feels like it was an important variable. I'm just a bit surprised that I'm clearing the whole darn thing. Because you see, I'm clearing it and then I'm getting it. I'm clearing it here and then I'm getting it here. That seems a little weird to me. Almost like a bug weird. I'm not referencing the right things here. Huh. I don't know. I better read up on this one a bit more. See, I would think that you're clearing the search. Tiles.value, this should be a special. This should be a special kind of like tiles search list. And not the same name as where you want to grab your main data from. So where does this get created? I'm going to read. I have these notes in the boards in the movement system. So what I'm going to do. Hold on, I want to see something else here. Get tile. I'll get the tile from the board, but this clear search in the movement system. The very first thing we need to do when starting a new search will be to clear the results of any previous search. Yeah, like the results of a search, not the main dictionary. Oh, yeah. I think I made this mistake a few videos ago. I'm not clearing the dictionary. I'm clearing the values that were stored in the dictionary that are used as helpers for the search process. So this is okay. So the clear search in the movement system is I want to do. Funny, because I feel like that should be protected, kind of almost. But it is previous and distance, and I feel if you could access that at any time, you might be able to modify it. I don't know. I could always do it protected on the board here. I don't know. I mean here. I'm not sure, but I don't really, I mean, I really don't understand it like super well. Like I would start adding protected or other things, other keys here, and I don't really know what the hell it does ultimately. So when it comes to like hacking proof stuff, I'd be guessing. So let's do, yeah, we'll just leave it the way it is. Movement system. So this part here is going to be, again, is going to be the container, get aspect board system. And it'll be the tiles in that. Right? So for each one of those, we're just going to clear the search, which is totally fine. That's fine. Swap references. So we got A and we got B. Swap references. Check now, check next. That's totally fine. Now nothing else is complaining. That's super cool. Very cool. So this is good. We're moving it over into the data system, which is fantastic. And let's see here. Board view. Swap references. Now, selecting a tile. Yeah, that's a renderer thing. Right, so this is going to stay in the board view. Make a note here. Remains in board view. You could just wait later. I don't have to double think about it. Remain in board view. Deselect tile. Yeah, remain in board view. Selecting a tile. Yeah, that's all color stuff. Yeah, that's all color stuff. Yeah, that's showing stuff, creating. TileView.create. That's instantiating, so that's also visual stuff. Instantiating is game objects, and game objects are materials and meshes and stuff like that. Initiating the board. Yeah, that'll start creating all this stuff up here. Spawning units, that's all the visual stuff. Here I'm spawning units, but I'm also implementing data stuff. So I'm just going to write here. See, there's some data needs to be sent over to other systems. Some data generation here needs to be implemented on data side, right? All we want in the spawn unit stuff in the board view are the actual visual elements of that unit. But stuff like the range of that unit and the jump height of that unit will all be like data side. You know, instantiating is instantiating him, making him visible, right? Making his mesh visible is all visible stuff, viewers. Placing him as a viewer and stuff like that's all viewer, but the unit should be generated data on the data side. This here is board system. Yeah, I renamed that. That's cool. So that's just stuff like that. Generate hex map view. That's cool. I think that's viewer. Yeah, that's viewer stuff. That's cool. And the init itself is that's all fine and dandy. That's all good. Okay. All right, cool. So it looks to me like the board view has been properly transferred. in both the board and the movement systems. Cool. Let's double check the movement. I think I did this filter. That was all transferred into the movement system. Walk movement. Now, is there anything in this one? This is all visual. Visual. Placing him as visual. Now, targets. Oh, I gotta go to the bathroom. Targets. This stuff here, I gonna need to put into the movement system because this stuff here is actually the movement logic. So this using here, see move action here, is where I need to start creating the move actions within the movement system. And when those have been parsed and properly found, like the correct path has properly been identified and that list is created, a list of move actions will be created from that list instead of one move action coming in here and then that list being generated from the list, the bigger list of this move action. That bigger list comes in here and or in the movement system, which will generate this list, which will generate move actions for each one of those tiles I'm going to be moving on in the correct order. And then sorry, I'm having a blank here. And then, yeah, each one of those will be executed on, and the visualizer will take over, or once each one of those actions gets executed in the proper order. So what we'll do is we'll keep the walk movement as a viewer, and the walk movement will, each action is going to call on perform move action on those tiles and things like that. So, quick break, bathroom break, and I'll be right back.